47. It's time.
Welcome to Crossplay Academy. Today, let's have a look at Hitman 3, available on the Xbox One, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series S and X, PC, Stadia, and Nintendo Switch. Agent 47 has delivered the ultimate assassination simulation since he debuted in the year 2000. Now, 21 years later, and developer IOI still holds the title for the best assassination sandbox game on the market. The series experienced a soft reboot in 2016, which saw a triumphant return of the franchise after several mediocre releases. It introduced an interesting yet somewhat forgettable story alongside the bread and butter assassination gameplay. Gameplay-wise, Hitman 3 is mostly more of the same, but when it's done this good, who can complain? And with the option to bundle the entire series into one complete package, and upgrading both Hitman 1 and 2 for the new generation of consoles, there really is a lot of content to subdue. What sets Hitman 3 apart from the 2016 and 2018 releases, however, is its focus on the story, and given it's supposed to close it out, it does a good job of doing so, providing a more compelling and focused story with nice cutscenes and a surprisingly more vocal 47, giving the overall game a darker tone and depth than previous entries.
You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be, without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Story aside, Hitman 3 does feel more like an expansion than Hitman 2, which is the most content-rich of the reboot series thanks to its additional DLC, and IOI have stated they don't plan on releasing any future levels for Hitman 3 in order to focus on their other new IPs. That said, however, Hitman 3 boasts some of the most complicated and feature-rich level designs in the franchise, giving something new for veterans of the series and newcomers alike. With incredibly detailed stages and creative story missions to ease people into the game, combined with the previous game's integration, there really is no better time to dive into the Hitman trilogy. Hitman 3 features 6 unique locations, and while it can be completed in a relatively short time frame, that's really not the point of the game. Hitman relies heavily on replayability, and it delivers upon it in spades. Each mission feels vastly different from the next, and each mission plays and feels dramatically different as you unlock new starting points, weapons, and gain map knowledge.
Your detective skills have gained you access to the Lion's Den, 47. Now, go claim your reward.
It can take roughly 7 to 9 hours to finish the game, however, in doing so, you'll realistically only experience about 25% of what it has to offer. It's very easy to lose yourself in the moment and explore every nook and cranny for new routes, assassination opportunities, or conversations to overhear, which in turn might open new avenues of approach. Completing levels rewards experience points, and the online aspect grants access to the global leaderboards for those inclined to monitor their progress against the international community as a whole, while also unlocking new weapons, equipment, and starting points, offering a new twist on how you approach each challenge in future playthroughs. Difficulty modifiers are also in place to determine how realistically the AI reacts to your actions. Even still though, there is a comical aspect to how the enemy can be abused by simple tricks by Agent 47. However, this is required to maintain the fun gameplay while introducing new ways to adapt to changing circumstance during your approach to a mission. Hitman 3 actively encourages and rewards creativity, allowing pre-made loadouts and procure on-site options, combined with the ability to unlock permanent shortcuts and discover hidden objectives. It doesn't reinvent the formula, adopting the mantra of "if it ain't broke, don't fix it." Introducing minor new gameplay elements on top of a more fleshed out story, giving more of the same classic Hitman gameplay we know and love. And while it doesn't reinvent the wheel, it would have been nice to see it expand upon existing options available to the player even a little. For a returning fan of the series, there is not much new outside of a couple of items and, of course, the level design and mission stories to discover. Speaking of existing fans of the franchise, you were able to copy your data across from the previous Hitman 2016 and 2018 versions to carry over your mission progression and rewards. At launch, this was absolutely awful. Myself alone, I had to wait over 24 hours before the servers were able to complete the transition. The game itself had a terrible online launch. However, if you haven't purchased the game yet or have been waiting, I'm confident that issue no longer exists and was merely a result of Hitman 3 being the biggest online launch in the franchise history. Hopefully, it is a bit of a wake-up to IOI and they'll think twice about pushing for the online-only single-player experience in future. For those seeking competitive options, you are in for a treat. With a strong online speedrunning community and regular additions of escalation or timed assassination contracts to keep the competitive spirit alive, provides a lot of replayability, with escalations providing increasingly difficult restrictions and additional targets to an assassination spree, and contracts enabling you to express your creativity and share it with the community with assassination missions of your own design. The often controversial, timed exclusive, elusive targets have yet to make an appearance, but IOI have announced they will return with promised information on changes to how they will be accessible over time in the coming weeks. Overall, Hitman 3 is a fantastic conclusion to the reboot trilogy and the franchise as a whole. With its signature dark humour, mystery, and each mission offering incredible diversity and level design, ensures there are options for an insane amount of replayability. The trilogy comes to a satisfying conclusion and is welcoming to both veterans and new players alike. There isn't anything quite like Hitman anywhere on the market, so if you're a fan of stealth gameplay, interactive puzzles, or assassination in general, this is the game for you.
Right. This is our moment, 47. Providence ruined our lives with the flick of a pen. Today, we return the favor. Happy hunting.
As always, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the review, please consider giving a like and subscribe, as it will help support the production of more. I'm still a new and growing channel, so any and all feedback is welcome in the comments. Until next time, happy hunting.